good evening. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR-ETF stock market wrap-up for Thursday. And we're October 12th, 2013. Folks, normally on Friday nights, I'll put out my weekly updates. I can't do it tomorrow. I have a medical treatment that I have to take care of, it puts me in the dark for 48 hours. Let's just put it that way. I've got skin ailments I've always had because I'm so fair, and I take care of it twice a year, and I have to go into the dark. So by Sunday, they'll be out. Okay. We still have nothing positive to say about the House of Representatives. It appears to me it's in as much chaos as it was when they ejected Mr. McCarthy, Speaker McCarthy. I don't know that they'll get anything done anytime soon. And I think you have to start appreciating the fact that you're probably going to have to get another extension to get a budget done, to get anything to the border, to get money to Israel, to get money to Ukraine. It's really a mess. And that's the way to look at it. And it's a mess that I wish our Congress people would do, but they are so divided. The hardcore are going, no, you got to stop the spending. And I get it, by the way. And the others, well, we can't do that. Look what's going on. We'll do it after the election. And now this is their point where they can tie things up to get something for themselves. That's what they believe. The situation in Israel goes from bad to worse every day. More bombings. Now Israel saying no aid's going to be allowed to the people there in any manner unless the hostages are released. So a bargaining chip, I guess, is the way to look at it. Tonight we get the CPI, PPI numbers out of China. That will impact the market. We're going to get bank earnings, big banks starting tomorrow. That's going to impact the market. Today you had failed auctions. What do I mean by that? If you took a look at the 10 and the 30-year auctions that the U.S. Treasury was doing, it didn't go well at all. When they didn't go well, the stock market went from being up early, reversed the whole thing down, which I can tell you I'm surprised I'm not. If you watch the futures video, you will understand why. So when we come over here, oh, and by the way, on strikes. So we have a new development where Shawn Fain, the president of the UAW, yesterday announced massive strike at the Kentucky plant, the largest plant Ford has, 8,700 workers off the job. And that'll just snowball now because that means stamping plants that do other things, they're going to just close down en masse and away you go. This is now affecting 41% of Ford's production and about 30% of the big three auto production. And tomorrow Fain speaks again. He may well go after GM and Stellantis. You know, he plays good guy, bad guy with them all. But there's a point where they're saying, no, they can't afford to do it. He doesn't want to hear it. So this thing goes on and on. You're not getting new movies. SAG actors strike. Not resolved. I thought we were there. Everybody did. Not there. Everybody got up and walked away. So, got to cool. Don't go to Walgreens. Pharmacists are out on strike. So my wife happened to go there. I told her not to, and she said she just gave up. The doors were closed. The drive-up window, they wouldn't service you. Too many people, they couldn't get scripts. It's going to go on for 2 or 3 days, they said, and that's it. It's a mess at Walgreens. That's why I did a special on it a week ago. Okay, so in XLU, we had a nice run-up in utilities. When people don't know what to buy traditionally, but they want to be in the market, they'll buy utilities, and that's what went up here on this. Now the question is, was it a bear market rally or something else? Well, when you look at the chart, you can't tell. You have a lower low, higher high. This is the swing line. That's not giving you a trend at all. All the market did is rally back to the zone of the 18-day average of closes and stop on a dime. The next thing that's going on is, as you can see here, when you look at the Bollinger Band, you had run it, you crossed to the right-hand side, you made another break, couldn't exceed this by much, and you popped. So I'll call it, is this short covering or new buying? I don't think you can answer it just yet. In terms of momentum, the momentum turned up in the market. The goal was when you lose an embedded reading, when the red line gets back over the 20 level, it makes a run typically at the 18-day average. I like when it hits it, not gets real close to it. It did that pretty much today. If you take a look here at the range, the high today, 59.60, 59.74 was the 18-day average. So 13 cents, 14 cents away from it. Okay. In Rivian, market trend is still to the downside. As I said, the market is very upset with convertible bonds being issued by Rivian for financing. It'll get over it. You heard what I said. It'll get over it. The market, I think, has good support, 1820, 1762. It's not a buy yet. I'd rather buy it higher than lower. Why? Because if you get over all this, it's back into an uptrend, and right now it's in a downtrend. In UGA, the gasoline fund still bearish, fighting a battle, as you can see at the 200-day average of closes, but still embedded. So the pros are selling into those numbers as long as it's embedded. And when the red line gets over 21, I think it'll be gone and back up to that level. When? I don't know. XLF, all it did is lose the embedded reading. It went right to the 18-day average. Stopped as should be. There is no trend in that market. Now, the industrial sector group is still in an uptrend, but today was a sign that it's ending. What does an outside day do? An outside day is when you take out the prior day's high and low. It's an up day if it closes higher, a down day if it closes down. It closed down. That means instead of it being a continuation pattern where it wants to work even higher because it had been in an uptrend, this is a good sign that the market has run out of its momentum. Now it's going to drift along, probably get close to support near the 18-day average, 101.78. It hit 101.88 today, and try to figure out what to do next. It's a bear trap, which means bullish. If today's high is taken out tomorrow, Friday, or Monday, barring that, I look for the market to try to come down a bit. In AI, you went up yesterday and the day before, hit the 200-day average in the upper band. That's all it was worth, in my opinion. Bollinger Bands are magic numbers. It is true magic. It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. They get onto the point. People don't believe them. When they go up to the top, it's going, Ira. You don't even know what you're saying. It's going to keep going. When it gets down to them, Ira, you don't know this thing's going to zero. It will move back inside the band, period. Period. And if you learn how to tie momentum with it, you can take advantage. Sometimes you hit it and you start your run. You're looking to see, are you embedding? If you are, you, unlike the other guy on the street, realize it's probably going to keep riding it and moving up with it until you lose the embedded reading. And that's when a correction inevitably sets in. Momentum often leads the price of that. But learn how to work with it. At the end of this video, I have that. Because what we're seeing is classic, in this type of market, classic use of that theory. And when I say classic, writing a book on it, that's what it is. So you come in here, you get up there, and while the other guy's going, this is it, AI's going to go, I'm going, no, you don't want to do that. At least that's what I was telling my subscribers. RSP, the consumer. So you got up, you lost the embedded reading. That's all it should have done. Hitting that first moving average is often all that it's worth. It's like a relief rally. You had a crash in the consumer. You came all the way down, you got a bounce, but it often stops at that number. If you have a mini break, you'll often stop at key averages, then you'll come up and you fight your battle. At the 18-day average, everything happens. The other averages are major support resistance zones, but the 18 is where everything happens from. Then in the home builders, I have been very pro, but today I saw something and I got scared. I'm looking at the auction results, and as soon as they came in, I went, this can't be good, because they couldn't sell the 30-year auction. I think they sold 21%. That's all that they were willing to take. The bids weren't there. Big problem. 10-year didn't go well. That weighs on this, all right? So you had gotten a bit overbought. You couldn't even make it to the combination where I said yesterday the resistance is waiting for the market at the 100-day and up here. Instead, you're fighting your battle. What number? Look at the red line. I know you're going to tell me, Ira, it's going down. Then that's where the support is. If it goes down to 73.46 to 73.10, you sell the 200-day average, the first challenge of it. I don't want to. You do it. Tell me how far that's going to carry you. In XLE, the trend is down. So contra to us all worrying about oil prices in the Mideast, The chart action is bearish. It turns bullish if you can get over this number, 88. Is it 88 or 90? Let's get to it. 89.29. If you can get over that number, I'll be impressed. And if you can close over the 18-day average, then I've got actually bullish. Got to prove you can do it. Who's in control right now? Nobody. Why? Lower highs, higher lows. You got to the major support. The Bollinger Band rode it down to the 200, 100, held it and had a heck of a rally off of that. And now you don't have a pattern to trade. You got to wait for one to develop. In the gold, you lose the embedded reading. Again, the Bollinger Band. You go back often, most of the time, not always, most of the time, you'll make a run for the 18-day average, and that's where the market goes, I'm out of energy. Okay, that's what happens, and that's where you're at right now. Silver, same identical thing. Lost the embedded reading, went there, stopped. Wouldn't you like to know, and you do know, if you lose that reading, you're not supposed to be short. At least that's what I teach. You can do whatever you want. Doesn't mean you're bullish yet. That's a whole different thing, and I teach that in the course too. TLT, you lost the embedded reading, you made your run, and boom, you ran out of energy on it. You want to take this course. I can save my voice. I can save my voice again. Get the story? I mean, it's staring you in the face. So what do? Go to our website to take a viewing of it, irapstein.com under the word education. There's two courses there that I think are real important. First, it's my whole charting course, which teaches you a lot, but separately, I teach the outside day and the Bollinger Band. irapstein.com, education. Remove your cursor here. Here is something where I talk about that. Listen. Try to learn, educate yourself, make yourself the weapon. I'm Ira. You take care.